But here we go, we are jumping into our fresh series, our fresh best of 5, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing himself, currently seamless. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. With the red Terran, we have the South Korean Terran representing StarCraft Rebellion. It is ByuN. Go. As we're opening up with the... Okay, let's go. As ByuN does send out his SCVs, if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as it is Gamba time. But here we go. We send out 2 SCVs going Jurax Reaper. Meanwhile, we have herO also going for the proxy gateway. Great minds think alike. We have a proxy versus a proxy. Now, bearing in mind that ByuN will hit first. ByuN, he will strike first. herO, he's waiting for the pylon, then getting into his own gateway. But at the same time, because of how the production is set up, ByuN won't have anything at home to defend. That's also a factor as well. Remember, herO has 1 gate at home and 1 gateway across the map. So herO, he will have some units to defend back at home, but it's only going to be a Zealot. Remember, the Cybercore is just now on the way. Reapers have free reign. It's going to get chaotic. Ah, no. I do lean towards ByuN here, just because these Reapers have a lot more potential early on. We'll see how many probe kills. Meanwhile, a big shout to PiGosaur in the chat. God, baby God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing for 9 months. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. As the Reapers are going to be moving in. Gateway is now done. Cybercore is complete. And can herO hold on? A nice initial save. 1 probe goes down. Ooh, second probe as well. Gonna be 2 probe kills. Shield barrier still on the way. 3 probes going down. This is slowly adding up, getting up to 4 kills. The Adept has arrived, and the Adept will zone away. So 5 probe kills in total at the same time. herO, he gets across the map. Throws in the pylon, fully denies the wall off. Shield batteries on the way, and the Reapers are racing back home. The boys are being pulled. The Stalker, so far, not doing any major damage here. Just now dipping in. Self-move sword, but the shield battery is denied. Bunker's on the way with only 1 Stalker. herO, he needs more support. Okay, in comes the second Stalker. Takes down one of the Reapers, but 1 Stalker still goes down. Up. Gets 2 Reapers, we'll lose 2 Stalkers, a better trade for ByuN. And the bunker will finish. The bunker will complete. herO, he will lose control of the main or of the ramp. But he can shade past this, true. He can go straight for the mineral line. And he is. He shades it up. Oh, he wants the Reapers. It doesn't quite get them. And Reapers, they get away in time. More SCV kills. So far, that's going to be, what, 4 SCVs? Oh. Let's hear shades out. Shades out, shades away, he expands, and as the dust settles here, where exactly are we? So, herO lost 6 probes, ByuN lost 7 SCVs, so economic damage was dealt to both players. ByuN, his production is up in the air, so no production here when it comes to his Raxes, delayed add-ons as well. He's working towards Cyclone, working towards Starport. The production is delayed, herO is already expanding, ByuN has yet to get a CC. As the dust settles, I do favor herO's position here, getting into a longer game. We'll see if ByuN can find more damage. As ByuN, he needs to find more damage here. As herO, he's back at home, he's in position. Remember, the longer this game goes on, the better it's going to be for herO. As herO, he's going to have a 2-base economy. Father Council's on the way. ByuN behind this, getting a CC on location. We have seen players like Cure in this position go for a double expand and get their natural and 3rd base at around the same time, in hopes that their opponents gives them breathing room. Cyclones, they can hold their own. But we have more Warpins, more reinforcements. Here he's here to break the natural. He's going in. He wants the Cyclones. He does want them. Epic is out. Oh, ooh, does save one of the Cyclones. Does save the other as well. Nice juggling, nice control. Very nice control out of ByuN. Despite that, he will still lose control of the natural and will be forced to cancel. Does have the tank though. Tank is out. Running away the Stalkers. Oh, yes, one Cyclone finally goes down. There's a cancel. And things are looking dire here for ByuN. He could not afford to lose that natural base. He's being contained. He's being starved out. Stuck on a one-base economy. We have Cloak Banshee on the way. Thankfully, herO does have a Robo, so he will have access to detection. So he should be okay. ByuN does move out. There was potential with the Banshees, but again, hero's playing safe. Robo on 2 bases. ByuN drops into the main. Gets a probe. Gets a probe, Banshee's moving out, Cloak is almost done. Depending on the location of the observer, there's still potential for damage. But ByuN still has not expanded. Like, there's still no base. We may just have to pull the boys and turn this into a one-base all-in. CC's on the way. Attempt to expand. As the first Banshee goes in, gets 4 probe kills. Will go down. There's still 1 Banshee remaining. The first Banshee gets okay damage, but that's not quite worth the price of a Banshee and Cloak. It's go time. Let's go. We got 3 tanks, we got 2 Banshees, we got a Cyclone, a Medevac, we got Vanilla Marines. Send that, pappy, send it. 3rd Banshee's on the way. I should say 3rd Banshee in production. And ByuN, he does manage to siege up in between the bases. Okay. I mean, best case scenario. But Stalkers, they still dive in. Boys are being pulled. Here he gets 1, gets 2. He should reset the tank count. It's still a messy fight. Very messy as the Stalkers, they do go down. 1 tank survives. ByuN, we gotta keep going. We gotta keep going. Deny Storm. Yeah, Storm is not gonna be a factor. ByuN, he's going in. He starts both Banshees. He can still pull this off. The all-in is working back. Yeah, takes out the Stalkers. Now it's 2 tanks. We have more tanks on the way. And herO, he might not be able to have enough here. The Banshee's getting free damage. Here he goes. Once again, dives in. Gets one of the tanks, going for the other, but he runs out of Zealots. He runs out of Zealots, and ByuN, he's done it. He breaks through the main army. The Zealots were dealt with. GG gets called, and ByuN, he pops off with the 1 base all-in. He takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played, ByuN. He does take a lead in the series. Again, a very dire position out of ByuN, but he was able to pull off the all-in. Again, herO unfortunately was not able to slow this down ahead of time, unable to engage ahead of time. He did have a decent army to work with, but again, that dive on the tanks was brutal because there are so many of them. He got, what, 2-3 tanks, so there's still more tanks left over. Stalkers went down. GG. GG, well played. Whew. ByuN takes the lead. ByuN does take a lead. He's looking at third base he didn't need to take. Kind of. There were two things that herO was working towards that did hurt him. I think he could have gone away with one of them. If you remember, he was getting a third base, but he was also getting Storm. He was taking up and he was expanding. Whereas he could probably get away with one of them instead of both, while getting extra gateways instead to build up his main army. I don't think he really did give enough credit to the one base to win for ByuN. Was maybe a little bit overconfident given the situation, given the position. Bappy, one base all-ins, they hit different. Like they they get it very hard. Never counterplay a rap Bappy. And that wasn't even ByuN's final form. He could have pulled the boys. He could But here we go. We are getting into game number 2, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Torches, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the South Green Protoss down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can recover. It is a herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran for Shopify. It is a ByuN. Also, I should make a correction here. In the previous game, it did say best of 3, specifically for PiGosaur Cups. If you don't recall, PiGosaur Cups have best of 5 semifinals. So this is a best of 5, not a best of 3. It is going to be a longer series, a longer back and forth. Just as a reminder, as a heads up. We get more games, man. We get more games. Until then, Double Gas opener out of ByuN. Double Gas going into a faster factory, into a delayed CC. Go. So I'll see insane. No, I would just say overconfident. I would just say overconfident what he had to defend, and probably just assume that ByuN would have that much less to work with. Never underestimate the power of a one-basing Terran. True. ByuN was even expanding behind it, by the way. He was getting a CC. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. For now, we're going to be opening up Reactor Reaper Hellion. It's been a while. I don't know how I feel about this. We'll see if we get into an extra wave of Reapers, just because Reaper cliffs are a little bit more limited here on Torches. I should also say, welcome one all to Torches. Torches is one of the most vetoed maps in the map pool. He is doubling down on Reaper production. Okay. Making an extra wave. But again, there's no Reaper Cliff into the main base. There is a Reaper Cliff into the natural, but just the one, and a regular ramp as well. So it can be a little bit more difficult to find damage here from the side of ByuN, as herO is looking to expand. Again, expanding towards his opponent. Hallucination does confirm, does get eyes on the Reaper production, he knows. We'll see if ByuN can break through. I mean, the ramp is quite wide, so his goal might just be to rush up the ramp and get into the mineral line. But this is a big commitment here from ByuN. It's a big investment. And so far, does dive in, going for the sentry. Yeah, sentry's going to be targeted down. He will lose one of the Hellions, a Reaper as well. Gets one sentry, and we'll get a Stalker. No safety shield battery. No shield battery out of herO. He gets punished. herO does hold, does defend, but did lose the sentry. And without that sentry, there is no scout, there's no hallucination. We initially scouted the 111, but behind this we have Hyperflight Rotors on the way. We've spoken about this before. There has been a rise in popularity of Hyperflight Rotors. The reasoning for this is because it's becoming more and more common here for players on 2 bases to go for a robo. It's becoming less common to delay the robo and less common to delay detection, so instead have more micro ability by going into Hyperflight Rotors instead of Cloak. So these Banshees are going to be more mobile, they can find more damage. Hallucination Scout does confirm that an upgrade is on the way. And herO is opening up Stargate. Sorry, does go for a Stargate follow-up after charge. This is something that herO's been messing around with a little bit. It is a quirky style that he has had success with. If you recall, he did defeat Clem with this not too long ago. Charge into Oracle, into, I'm pretty sure we go into Phoenixes from here. So we are setting up. Charge is almost done. Yep, there we go. Phoenix production has begun. And this is meant to catch the Terran player off guard, because remember, the Terran player already knows it's a Twilight Council opener, and it is very uncommon to go Twilight Council into Stargate, which is why this has been quite successful as of late. Catching Terran players attempting to drop, for example. Results are revealed. Now ByuN knows it was a charge opener, not blink. And she's moving in. And the Phoenixes are amassing back at home. Building up those Phoenixes. Remember, there's no cloak. Gets 3 probe kills so far, but it's going to be a one-way trip as the Banshees are all going to go down, even with Hyperfight Rotors. Yeah, they should fall. Still 6 probe kills for 2 Banshees. It's an okay trade, still not ideal. Bearing in mind that we had to invest into the upgrade. And here he's gained map control, he's moving out. Let's move out. Doesn't mind you. Oh no! A little bit of miscontrol there. Runs into the army. 1 Phoenix goes down. Nice pick off here by ByuN. And that is going to slow herO down. Bearing in mind that herO, he is building up more Phoenixes. Like, he ideally wants to build up to, what, 5 Phoenixes to deter drops. Drops are very common on torches. It's down to 3. herO pulls away. herO working towards Storm. Getting his third up and running. Still very tense. Without splash damage, ByuN still has the opportunity here. He's now moving out. Oracle does confirm the move out. Nice scout. herO sees the army. Behind this, he's getting ready. Shield batteries on the way. Does he have enough on the ground? As the boys are being pulled, we're committing to the 2 base all in. So ByuN does commit. Boys are being pulled. And remember, he's hitting pre-storm. Matchup going up. Cleans up all 3 Widow Mines. No Widow Mines left. There's an Archon to help out. The boys are here. And ByuN, can he break through? Oh, baits out the stasis. Gets into the mineral line. And ByuN looks like he should have enough. He should have enough here. Takes care of 23 probes. Jesus. But with that warp in, here he's holding. Here he does hold on. So it's back the army. Do we pull the boys again? Do we? As ByuN did kill a lot of workers, but still not enough. Here is still up in workers, up in bases, up in economy. Here, he never started Storm. Never did start it. Does have another Archon on the way. That's what concerns me. The Archon's late to respond. A lot of Zealots are going to be going down. Picks off every single Zealot. And you can see without Zealots, this army just crumbles. And the army's just made of paper here. The Stalkers, they cannot hold their own. They just topple over. We need more charge, thus bad. And without them, ByuN, he breaks through. ByuN, he has done. He has broken the 3rd base. GG gets called, and ByuN, he will take a lead in the series 2-0. GG. He extends his lead here. Hyper aggression out of ByuN on torches. We saw that herO, he was being a little bit cheeky going into Phoenixes as a follow-up. He was able to shut down the Banshees, that is true, but alas, that did also delay his further tech. He never quite got into any splash damage, not quite got into any Storm or any Colossus or anything like that. He had like an Archon or 2, but less than ideal. Here we go. Here we go as we're getting into our next game, and we'll see if ByuN will take the 3-0 here and now, or if herO can actually make a series out of this. The pressure is on, but now we're going to be getting into one of our larger maps of the map pool. We're loading into Tokamak. Now, when it comes to hyper-aggression, ByuN, he was forced into a 1-base all-in on Persephone in Game 2 on Torches, went for a 2-base all-in. Here, coming into Tokamak, I don't expect to see an all-in. This is one of the larger maps. This is one of the more defensive maps. We're expecting to see ByuN get into a more 3-base setup here instead. That's what we're expecting, but we'll see. We shall see. As we're getting into Game 3 and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing himself, currently teamless, down in the series. Can he bounce back? It is a herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Here we go. And again, we've seen a lot of aggression out of ByuN, but I don't think he really planned to do so in Game 1, for example, where he was forced into set all-in. Game 2 is Torches. Torches is known for aggression, known for all-in, similar to Pylon in that sense, similar to Ultra Love, of course. But coming into Tokamak, we expect things to slow down here. Now, you could try to defy expectations, to catch your opponent off guard, and to make it look like you're being greedy when you're not, try to hide a build, hide tech. For the most part, though, we're expecting ByuN to calm things down and maybe even rush into a faster third. Oh. As it looks like Max Packs and Creator are about to begin. A big shout out to Enki, Enki, el hermoso, baby God. Enki, he's the Spanish caster, of course. He's also a Cranky Duckling, is one of our own, but he's going to be helping over to cover Max Packs and a Creator. So much love to Enki, as it looks like that PvP is about to begin. If this is a 3-0, then we'll be hopping over and we'll be jumping onto Max Packs versus Creator as well. Jumping in mid-series. As once again, there are some tournaments that hold on to semifinals, like our tournaments or like Wardy TV Monday, but there are others like Little League Cup or like PiGosaur Cup, which do run them concurrently or simultaneously. Don't hold semis, which is all good. Enki is going to be hopping on over to cover it. Scouting probe gets shut down. Again, it was a double gas opener, faster factory, delayed CC. This leads into a faster starport, and we'll see what ByuN goes into this time. I wouldn't be opposed to going into Banshee play again. We saw it shut down last game, but going into that Stargate follow-up is very niche. It's a very niche style that hero's been testing out and has been playing with. We can see it having more success here, the Banshees I mean. Here he's picking in. Does get the Hellion, but he will lose the Stalker. Behind is still riding forward. Picks up the Reapers. Very nice. Nice terrifying, but it's still coming at a cost. These are some extensive losses. herO pulls away, and ByuN holds. ByuN, he doesn't lose any SCVs here. He does preserve his workers. Nice defense. Bleeds out Reapers and Hellions, but I mean, they don't really scale well into a longer game anyway. So ByuN does hold. herO not stopping. Warps in another Stalker. Does rally forward. And once again, high five rotors. Let's go. As you mentioned in the lead up to this, I do actually really like this choice here from ByuN. Yes, this got shut down last game, but that was partially also because of the Stargate Phoenix, which we're not expecting here on Tokamak. So we're going into the Banshees. Meanwhile, herO throws down an extra pair of gateways. He has 3-gate blink. 3-gate blink into a third. As herO, he can take his... Oh, sorry, he already has his robo. And he has taken his gases. Oh, so it's going to be delaying his third. He has been a little bit more 2-base heavy before expanding. Which again has become more normal in recent times. Ooh. Ah, no blink. That was unfortunate timing for herO. Bleeds out another Stalker. Blink just now finishing up 10 seconds later. And here he will scouts. Does get eyes on the tech lab. Oh, going for the denial. He blinks in. And 2 more volleys. Can he get it? Oh my god, barely can. Barely denies Hyperflight Rotors. Not bad. Barely denies the upgrade. It was a couple of seconds away from finishing. And we got the vanilla Banshees coming in. It'll be that much easier to deal with. Let's go. Crazy snipe out of herO. You know, herO getting to charge. Temple Archives on the way for Storm. He's getting into his Gateway Explosion and claiming his third. You know, ByuN, he's not really pulling the trigger yet with those Banshees. Ideally, he wants to cause distraction. Wants to create an opening. Hedvig moves out. herO to spot it. herO's aware. ByuN, he knows he got scattered. He unloads. Ooh, and ByuN with a surround. And catching out some of the Stalkers. Oh, was this worth it? He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. Very nice. And 3 Stalkers go down. Insane catch here out of ByuN. ByuN, calm down, baby, calm down. And the Banshees, that was the moment they were looking for. Waiting for a distraction. 7 probe kills. They're still not done. Getting up to 10, 11. Oh, not quite 12. But both Banshees do get away. The Banshees escape, and ByuN, he's all over herO this series. Yes, we are getting into 3 bases. Yes, we are getting into the mid game. We're slowing things down. This is meant to be a better setup for herO, but he's lost so much in the lead up to this. Oh, nice feedbacks. Okay. Does feedback. Storm has just now begun, and ByuN is pushing. ByuN is moving out. He's expanding behind this on location. ByuN sims in. But there are not enough Zealots. Yeah, not enough Zealots here. He will break through the main army. Again, the Stalkers, they need support. They cannot hold on their own. Okay, Zealot Warp-In does complete. Does finish the Warp-In. That's still going to be 8 more probes going down. Still brutal losses for herO. herO does hold, he does survive, but did cost him half a mineral line. Banshee goes back in. Hedgie finally being shut down. ByuN is popping off, taking up into Ghosts. Ghosts are on the horizon. I'll zone him away. And it's going to be zoned back. This will delay at least until Ghosts. As the Ghosts are still not out. This game's to save the Vikings as well. Oh, EMP doesn't quite land. And again, it's go time for herO. These storms, they have to connect. So far, getting a medevac. There's 5 High Templar in total. And more Templar coming in. Does have plenty of storms. Oh, EMP layout. That's a brutal EMP. Catches out 3 High Templar. There's 2 left. And those are the final storms. Here, the final storms here for herO. One storm did connect well, but it's not enough. Yeah, ByuN breaks through, Sims on forward, and takes down the Archons. This is going to cost him 17 SCVs, though. Yeah, losing his entire mineral line. 19 workers going down. Now, ByuN, he did catch all the Zealots, the Archons, and the High Templar. But the army is battered and bruised. Given time here, he can just rebuild. And he's even setting up a run by. I'll make it squad. Thankfully, ByuN didn't move out. And the goal here might just be to slow things down for ByuN. ByuN, he has a little bit of momentum going his way. His working on is still lackluster, but the army is there. But as he moves out, yep, Delta moving in. ByuN, he commits. Does commit. He was spotted by the Observer. herO, he knows. He has how many High Templar? 7! 7 Templar, plenty of storms. SCP, lands 1. ByuN, he has to get the hell out of here. Again, there's so many Templar chasing. Storm lands. Serve the EMPs. But this will play more storms where that came from. So that pulls away. And I'm making reference to what we saw from ByuN last night against Nightmare, where ByuN, he might decide to get his 4th base, turtle up with planetaries, sensor towers. Speaking of, sensor towers are going to be on the way, and ByuN is going to have to take a defensive approach until he maxes out. But it's not going to work as well on Tokamak, going for this kind of style. Very nice reaction. And he stims, he gets 3 Stalkers, he gets 4! Jesus. 4 Stalkers go down. herO, he has map control, so he's mass expanding. herO, he will have and he will maintain a better economy. And again, ByuN can't really be active here. He's moving out with a force. Oh, good. Can he kind of push head on like that? Plus 1 vehicle weapons or ship weapons. A very nice EMP. Okay. Does catch 3 High Templar. And again, that's what ByuN is reliant on. He's reliant on those EMPs. And they have been solid. Yeah, reinforcing High Templar coming in. herO likewise coming in from behind. He gets caught out. Oh, brutal EMPs once again. Does catch more High Templar. And more Templar getting caught out. ByuN has to get the hell out of here. Oh no! Yeah, he gets surrounded. ByuN pulls away. He plummets in supply. Fun fact, ByuN, he caught every Templar, but towards the end there, that was brutal. ByuN losing far too much. He got too excited, man. He got too excited. And he will lose everything. And for the first time in a long time, herO now has a supply lead, an army supply lead specifically. So he's up in army. ByuN is hurting. If ByuN can fight with a planetary, he can hold on. He can buy time. But herO now taking more bases. And ByuN, I feel like we should be working towards Liberators at this point. No Fusion Core yet. Second starport is done. Storms are coming in. Does miss the EMP. Did miss. Still trying to make a stand. Oh god, and here, Jesus, here, he's maxed out. He's maxed out, Pappy. He just forced his way through. Cannon, he will. Even with these EMPs landing, we have, what, 5 Immortals. So here he can just brute force his way through, and we will have a series. It's not going to be 3-0 here. He's here to tie things up, or at least to put a fight in. He does fight back. GG gets called, and herO puts a point on the board. GG. Whew. GG, well played. herO does fight back. It does look to tie things up here. Again, ByuN, he honestly had a decent start to this game when he had map control. He had the greater army. He did lose a lot of SCVs when it came to defense at his third base. True, he lost a lot of workers there, which did slow him down. But he was actually able to recover quite nicely, catching up more High Templar until the fight on the left-hand side of the map. When he pushed past halfway mark, ByuN did overextend. He overextended, he got surrounded, if you recall. Did get surrounded. We saw that herO came in from behind with a flanking army of Archons and Stalkers and some High Templar, which got caught. And with that, he surrounded ByuN. Then GG. GG, well played. ByuN, he lost momentum. He lost his army, which was giving him a chance in that game. And with that, we're getting into game number 4. Ooh, we're loading into a smaller map though, loading into Pylon. If you recall, I was favoring herO coming into a larger map like Tokamak because he could actually embrace a better economy and a larger base count. He could get his 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th base up and running, partly because of the size of the map, just because of how defensive you can be on Tokamak. Here on Pylon, smaller map, it's going to be more difficult for herO to get away with that kind of style. This is where we lean more towards ByuN. But here we go. Here we go. We're getting into game number 4, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Pylon, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss down in the series. We'll see if we can tie things up. It is herO. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. See Segasaurus in the chat. Yes, as we mentioned, Cranky, el hermoso. He is covering Max Packs versus Creator, so do check him out. He's one of our boys, baby, one of our boys. Much love to Cranky, much love. We are building up once again, double gas open out of ByuN. And as we mentioned, welcome to Pylon. Pylon is one of the smallest maps in the map pool, if not the smallest. Short rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored here on this map. And we have seen a lot of aggression out of ByuN this series. Remember, game 1, he was forced into a 1-base all-in. Game 2, he went for a 2-base all-in by pulling the boys. Here in game 4, that kind of play is going to be accessible once again for ByuN. I would not be surprised if herO blindly opens charge. So we'll see how herO does open up. We should not be seeing Stargate play at all here for herO. That would be disastrous, especially against a more aggressive Terran. And we'll see. We could also see a Robo opener, for example, just to be safe. And we'll see what herO goes for after the Twilight Council. Sorry, after the Cybercore. Soon herO Duckling. No shot, no shot. The herO. One day, papi, one day. We'll get true. We'll get bang Teso. Bang Teso. He doesn't even play SE2 anymore, but So now we do have a tech of choice. Twilight Council opener out of herO. Does open Twilight Council, and ByuN playing safe, going for the CC on the high ground. Just to make sure he's undisturbed. As Reaper goes in for a scout, it does confirm the gateway and will confirm the tech of choice. So ByuN, he sees all. Sees all, he knows all. From here, we're going for the initial drop play into add-on swap into, do we go Banshee again? Do we open up Raven? What is the follow-up going to be? Oh, that, okay. that I was not expecting. Yes, we have a tech lab, but we're going to be opening up Liberator instead. Have my attention. As ByuN, he got faked out by the hallucination. With that, the drop is delayed. Here he has time to respond. And ByuN does drop into the natural. With a man Zoo Burrow. Oh! Getting a Stalker. Getting one. And just buying time. The retire, let's go! Does retarget, there we go. One probe goes down, and he will barely save one of the Widow Mines. ByuN pulls out. He pulls out in time. herO behind this, going 3-gate blink into a robo, taking gases on 2 bases. Once again, a relatively safe play out of herO. And ByuN's Liberator is moving out. Goes across the map. As the Adept is being very annoying, getting 3 SCVs. Oh boy, that should not be happening. Nice harass with the Adept. Yeah, at the same time, Stalkers, they move in. ByuN, he was distracted by the Adept. Everything was in the main. And ByuN is being pulled apart. Ay, ay, ay. The one herO Adept. It killed 3 workers and he dragged the entire army out of position. That's going to be 12 SCVs. herO takes the lead. At the same time, Liberator does get across the map. Stalkers, they're across the map. They're out of position. It's going to be 4 kills. Both players taking losses, but I do prefer herO's position. Here he's looking for more damage. Doesn't find, no, he gets punished. Has to respect the tanks. herO pulls away. Does move out. After all the losses early on, what do we have? We have +1 on the way. We still have our 2-1-1 setup. Yeah, we pull the boys. I was about to point out that there's no third CC. There's no further attack. 2 base all-in out of ByuN. This is going to be a bit of a weaker all-in just because of all the earlier losses. Does ByuN have enough? Here he has some force fields. There's a scan. So force fields, they buy some time. Tank does siege. And there's still plenty more force fields to work with. And mortal production's underway. The longer this goes on, the better it is for herO. herO, he just has to survive. Oh. So Liberator does hold. Pushing towards the sentries. Another tank gets caught unsieged. But the voice here, he does target fire the Stalkers. Stalkers are going down, and ByuN, it looks like he might barely have enough here. I say that, out comes the second Immortal. Second Immortal has arrived. Tanks are pushing forward. Punker's on the way. They'll buy some time. Yeah, there'll be a buffer here to protect against the Immortals. But now there's going to be a third Immortal. There's too many. 3 Immortals, Pappy. And he's going for the tanks. There we go. First tank goes down. Second tank goes down. He just target fires the tanks. The Immortals, they pop off. And every tank will fall. And there's almost nothing left. There's almost nothing left here. There's a handful of Marines. The power of the Immortals back. And herO holds. GG gets called. herO, he holds, he defends. We are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, time was of the essence. ByuN, unfortunately, he was unable to push in, unable to get on top of the robo. And with that, with 3 Immortals, herO, he just had his way with those tanks. They almost got one shot, one after the other. GG. GG, well played. The power of the Immortal. And with that, we're getting into the ace match. It all ends here. It all ends on Maganatha. Okay, we're going from one of the smaller maps into the largest map in the map pool. Maganatha is huge. A lot of bases, a lot of wide open spaces, and we'll see how our players will adjust their approach. Let's go. I mentioned before that I do favor herO on these larger maps. I stand by that here, coming into Maganatha. So we'll see if ByuN goes for a more mid-game approach instead. Here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss repping Zest. Repping Zest there on the portrait. It is a herO. Feel Zest, man. Always best. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Zest, he's one of those players that a lot of people were looking forward to his eventual return, but at this point, didn't come back to us, man. Didn't come back to us. Smurge, man. Smurge. Este Zest. But from here, welcome 1-0 to Maganatha. Maganatha again being the largest map in the map pool. The map is large, but the base is also very, very spread out, so it can be difficult to defend against drop play and against counterattacks. I can definitely see ByuN embracing the mid game here on Maganatha and having success with it. But we'll see. He's up against herO of all players. So we'll see what he goes for. Now gate expand out of herO into Cybercore. The people want Zest. The people want Zest abs. Okay, that's what they want. They want all the abs. Everyone knows who I want. I want patience back. Give me my patience. Previously, I would say Impact, but you know, Impact. He's doing well for himself. I don't want to take away from that. Bodybuilder Impact, crazy. Let him do his thing. Let him build that body. Hear that the people want Zest. Oh no. So if I was settling in, we do have our tech lab on the factory, so early Cyclone production out of ByuN. Just to be safe, going Rax expand. What about Trap? Trap, he already came back. For those who are unaware, Trap, he came back last year, right? He came back last year around... like halfway through the year, maybe? Around then? You remember he joined Genji Esports? But Trap, he retired again afterwards. For those that are curious as to why, it's because Trap, he's a pappy. He's a pappy now. He's a pappy. He's less vocal about it and less vocal compared to Dark, for example. So there's a little bit less like social media posts about that. But yeah, Trap, he became a dad like a couple of months ago, like pretty recently, at the start of the year. So he did decide to focus on you know, parenting, on his family. So did silently step away from StarCraft. This was like in April, right? Like March, April of this year. So shout out to Trap. Yeah. Like it's not like public news because there was no like big post about it, like Dark. But yeah, it was earlier this year. So much left to Trap. That's why he like silently stepped away. Even though he was looking really good. Like Trap, he was competing a lot like in December, January, and he was looking really good. Mine shot's gonna be going off. No major vehicles. Gets a sentry, gets a stalker. Trades with the army, and once again going into hyperfire rotas. Again, He's quite fond of it. He's quite fond of it. And we did see him excel with this on Magnatha, if you recall. He was actually doing quite a lot with these Banshees. Meanwhile, herO, nice read, once again, charge into Stargate. We saw this on, we saw this on Torches, if you recall. So charge lots into Phoenixes. On Torches, we saw that herO was punished from a 2-base all-in, which, I mean, Phoenix play is very vulnerable to 2-base all-ins, but the chances of there being an all-in on Magnatha is much lower. Much, much lower here. So I do like that herO is going to be embracing these Phoenixes to gain map control, to shut down drop play, to shut down the potential Banshees as well. Oh boy. We'll see how it all comes together. Hallucination goes in, does confirm the cloak, or does confirm the research, I should say. He can assume it's cloak, but because it's ByuN, he might accurately assume that it's going to be Hyperfly Rotors. ByuN does back up those Banshees. Oracle's on the way. We'll have a revelation if need be. And how many Phoenixes are we on? So far, just one. His hunted down. ByuN, he's now aware that Phoenixes are out there. You can see him, pull back his Banshees. Does hide them. Oh, actually rotating over towards the left-hand side. Okay. Skirting around the left. The edge of the map. It is only one Phoenix, though. This time hasn't made any additional Phoenixes. Goes in for a scout. Getting caught out. Very nice catch. Phoenix falls. Banshees, they can go in. Banshees have nothing to worry about. I remember he beat Maxax when no one was beating Maxax in PvP, then he just disappeared. Yeah. Again, like it was a silent retirement for Trap. He was not as vocal when it comes to his family. But much love to Trap. Jet does move in. Storm is ready in 10 seconds. herO needs a little bit more time. ByuN, he's gaining ground here, but Storm is finishing up just now. Nice mind shots here on the Zealots. He kites well. That's a lot of Zealots going down, but over the Storm does connect. First Storm does land, and ByuN gets the hell out of here. And he pulls away. Not against this many High Templar. It's too early for Ghosts. As he pulls back, at Banshees, they hit the third base. Nicely done. Probes are going down. That's 5 as 6 probe kills, 7 probes. Forces the recall, heads over towards the natural, more probes could be falling, and ByuN Ghost Production's underway. So get a very nice result. This is getting out of hand. 17, 18 probe kills. Gets over a mineral line. And even if they go down here and now, they've paid for themselves. They've already paid for themselves here. Ooh, as a little bit of mismovement there. They were a little bit too close to the edge. One Banshee goes down. Phoenix pops out. But overall, ByuN comes out ahead. Comes out ahead here. He's getting ready with his Ghost, getting ready for those High Templar. And the pressure's on herO. Now he does have 6 High Templar, full of energy. Sure, there are a couple of Ghosts, but we need a lot of EMPs. Oh, first one lands. Jesus. First one does land directly on 3 High Templar. Down to 3. Yeah, 3 Templar left. Did I say 3? Down to 2. Okay, 2 Templar remaining. Count them down without Templar. herO, he had to get out of here. EMP doesn't land. It barely does miss. And there's still one storm in the chamber. And herO pulls away. Again, he's down to one storm, so he pulls away, erases back home, warps in more at Templar. ByuN holds. He holds, he defends. From here, ByuN is forcing his way forward. He's still pushing into 5 high Templar. Oh, one storm does land. Oh, that was a brutal storm. Storm was brutal. Nice EMP. Down to, I think, 1? Yeah, down to 1 high Templar with storm energy. And even then, still needs a little bit more time. So once again, ByuN, he does outtrade herO. EMPs have been solid. And ByuN is looking to be the first to max out. Behind this, getting a 4th CC, building up into a longer game. Again, he's had a strong start just because, I mean, thanks to the Banshees. Remember, they killed all the 18 probes. So here he doesn't have the momentum that he typically has. Cells are spotted.
This better be good.
And scans, sees the charge lots. And ByuN is maxed. ByuN is maxed out. Which is great and all, but he does have to make use of this army. He has to make use of the supply. He should be looking to trade. Should be looking to trade in some way. +2 is about to complete. Ooh, as he runs, not like this. Runs into one of the storms. He has to get out. From here he kites back, he picks up some zealots. And he remaxes. As the fight's occurring, zealots hit the 3rd. ByuN responds, so far so good. Keeps up with the zealots, keeps up with the main army. And this is what ByuN needs to do. Just keep engaging like this, picking up zealots, high Templar, units here and there, keeping the supply low for herO while maintaining his own. And he is slowly switching into Liberators. I believe there's no Fusion Core. Yeah, there's no Fusion Core. No Liberator range. EMP lands. Oh, that was the only storm. Yeah, that was the only storm with the army. Uh-oh. Here he has to pull away at the same time, pushing on the right-hand side. The storms are coming. ByuN does notice, he does. Oh, still the storm lands. That was the only storm. Yeah, the EMP was brutal, and ByuN, he takes the fight on both ends. I mean, he does take it. The Templar, get out of here. He should get all 3. Yeah, there's no escaping this. ByuN, he does win on both fronts. Once again, just out-trading herO. Here is double expanding. Fusion Core's on the way. Here, these are the only 3 high Templar left. This is all he has. He's got a couple of storms. Here comes EMP. EMP, oh, does grace the Templar. There's soon to be 1 storm. And nice free split. Nice spread out of ByuN. Once again, takes the fight. He denies top right. That was the final storm. Oh, there's a defensive storm back at home. And here it does hold. Here he's holding on, Babby's holding on. But ByuN is so close to just breaking herO. 3-3 is on the way. Fusion Core is done. I believe we're still waiting for the Liberator upgrade. Yeah, still hasn't been researched. But ByuN, he can't let up. Like, he cannot let up. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep pushing. Does catch an Archon. There's 2 Templar left in the game. They're towards the top side. And base trade. Yeah, herO, he cannot fight head on. He's been losing these fights. He has to go for the base trade. That's the best chance for herO. ByuN's racing back home. There are 3 Templar. 1 EP lands. Down to 1 Templar. There's 1 more out there. There it is. So the final Templar's further back. Ooh, ByuN getting caught out here. That's a lot of supply. He does get caught out. As it goes, a couple of Marauders. Still very tense. Again, ByuN, he lost a base. Has to rebuild. Has to replace. As here he rotates towards the south side. ByuN out of position. But he does have Liberators. They've arrived. Still no range, but he holds. He holds. He counterattacks. herO, he does have bottom left. No saturation, though. Ooh, as workers are being transferred. Uh-oh. Get the boys out of here. Yeah, the transfer thankfully does notice. No! Does notice 1 of them. Perps still getting caught out. Nice storm. The EPs, they cover all 3 Eye Templar. ByuN's getting caught out. The entire army responds to this. herO with a massive rotation, which means herO has nothing to defend. Does he have a recall? Once again, we're trading bases. Yeah, we're going to trade bases here. So herO, he will lose center left. ByuN will lose his third. And there's a recall, but the recall will not finish in time. ByuN racing back. Now, throughout all of this, herO, he's been slowly banking up and building up those High Templars. So now he's up to 10. 10 High Templar. That's a lot of storms. Oh no, the boys! Oh, yeah, miss rally. Boys, they rally in. Oh, no, the High Templar stack. Yeah, Templar stack. So many of them getting impeded. And here, he has to get out of here. He has to pull away. Does get 13 SCVs. But that was brutal. Still has no saturated bottom left. 1 Liberator makes sure of that. So here he's running out of bases. He's down to a 4 base economy. Not even really, as he's mined out his main base. Almost mined out his natural. So 2.5 bases. Meanwhile, ByuN has a fresh center base. Here going for run buys. He's got 10 Templar, and most of them are here. They clumped up. Oh, does he notice? Oh, late reaction. Yeah, late reaction out of ByuN. His attention was elsewhere. Does catch all these Stalkers. So a bit of a give and take. ByuN pulls back to the planetary. That was costly. But what's important, though, is that he denies mining. Yeah, he denies the mining, he denies bases. From here, he goes to the mineral line. That's going to be 17 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. Can he get out of here, though? Can he leave? Oh, nice EMP. Nice EMP, picks up, gets the hell out of here. Medevacs, they do escape. So nice retreat here by ByuN. Liberation zones are moving in. Ooh, oh my god, no! The High Templar stack. They keep stacking, Pappy. Rogues get knocked down. They knock down they catch one of the Zealots. And hero's falling apart. At this point, he has fallen apart. He has no economy. He has no money. herO, he's just out of money. He's out of resources. No gas. No gas income. He cannot warp in. And herO, and ByuN, he had some insane EMPs this game. Someone link this VOD to Clem. Teach him how to play. Clem's like, Papi, you can only play mech against Protoss. ByuN's like, nah. I'll show you how to EMP. I'll show you. Oh no. We'll make ByuN we'll make him make a video tutorial for Clem. Aye aye aye. As ByuN was crazy this game. So many insane EMPs. As this is the final army for herO. Yeah, the final army, down to a couple of Zealots, down to a couple of Archons. GG, and GG gets called herO. He's out of money, he's out of bases, out of everything, and ByuN, he will take the series 3-2, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. That was insane play out of ByuN. I mean, more often than not, he was landing those EMPs almost perfectly, whether it was on groups of High Templar or individual High Templar as well, before we could see any storms. A big reason for this as well isn't just the main army engagements, it was because almost every time there was something else happening at the same time as well. There were typically like 2 fights occurring, 2 different armies engaging, and often we would see distractions being caused. So herO, he'd be paying attention elsewhere, getting caught out by EMPs, or even ByuN forcing these distractions, and even at times winning on both fronts, EMPing on both sides of the map as well. It was crazy. It's crazy. But GG, well played. ByuN, he does overwhelm, does take it. A very impressive play here by ByuN. GG, well played. Whew. As ByuN, he does claim the series, does make it to the finals, and we'll see who will play off against him in those finals. Do we have any updates? What's been going on?